Hi everyone, for the people re-watching this after this live stream is over, hi and welcome. Today I'm gonna be doing a improvised live stream. I wanted to do this today because I need to work on my Etsy because I've been sold out of a lot of my nose to ear chains and I will always make them to order. Hello nice wolf, welcome. I'm doing a crafty live stream today. I'm gonna be making nose to ear chains because every time I get an order on my Etsy, I will make them to order. So now I just want to prepare a few that I have some ready to ship when people order. So that's what we're going to do today. I actually got one of my materials, my prime materials, back in stock. These are spikes, these small spikes that I use to make my new ear chains with. Hello, Jalen. Hello, Torstead. Welcome to my live stream. I'm gonna first take off my rings because wearing rings when you're working on these types of things is not as practical. I just filmed another YouTube video, so you already know how I'm gonna look in one of my next videos. I'm gonna quickly put on my other social media that I have done live as well, just so people can join in if they want to. Hi, Cindy. Hello, welcome. I'm just jumping onto my Facebook here. Can you hear the music or is it not too loud? I have the new album of Nightclub on right now, actually. It's very good. If you guys know Nightclub or if you don't know them, they're an electronic band and they make really good music. I love what they do, so yeah. There we go. I have shared it on my Instagram. Now on my Facebook. Now I still have to share it on my Instagram. I'm gonna just quickly take a picture. Yay! This is kind of awkward. I didn't expect people to join in like directly. Most of the time when I do live streams, the first few minutes is just all by myself. But hi everyone, it's so nice of you to join in. And Tolverstead is saying, just popping in because I'm working in my new house. Well, good luck on working on your new house. It took us quite a long time here as well to get everything the way we wanted it. And Cindy says we were notified on Instagram earlier. Yeah, but still, when I see like it's gonna be at 9, people just join in after 9. Or maybe I just picked a right time for you guys to join in. I'm just gonna spam this. I really love the new Nightclub album, by the way. Should you not know already. So yeah, I just got new materials in today, so I can work again on some of my nose chains. Cindy is saying, "Cats, are you getting merch by Tess too?" I just saw her announcement video. I might. I really like the Tess logo thing with Riot Girl around it. I really like those. But so far she only has like the girly t-shirts with the rolled up sleeves, and I don't like those as much. So if she would get like a unisex model, because I most of the time wear those, or a regular t-shirt model, I would be more tempted to get those. Anyhow, so today we're gonna be crafting, yay! And I actually have to fix a few of my papers because the piece of paper I've been working with my measurements on is a bit dead or dying at least. So I'm going to take a new fresh sheet of paper to draw kind of diagrams of all of my nose to ear chains once I've made them. There's a few that I know by heart, like the length of my regular nose to ear chains, etc. is pretty simple. If anyone wants to make their own nose to ear chains, it's not that hard once you know what to do. So yeah, if you have any questions during this video of what I use to make my nose to ear chains, feel free to ask. I honestly don't mind sharing advice about it. There's people who are like very offended when you ask them how do you make a certain thing, I personally do not care. I mean, why would I care? It's something that has been around for forever in the alternative subculture, so why would I mind it that people know how I make it? And Tio is joining in. Hello, Tio. Hello, everyone. There's already 10, 11 of you. What the hell? So hi, everyone. I'm going to quickly unbuckle this thing because it's not comfy when you're working. I literally, like, not even 10 minutes ago, finished filming a video. So I was, like, not prepared. Well, not prepared. It's not the word. I was dressed up for my video. I usually wear comfy things when I go crafting. Jalen, why do people get offended when asking them how to make their stuff? I think some people mind it because they think it's a threat to what they will be doing. So if you ask someone who paints, like, how do you paint? They might think that it is because you want to copy what they are doing. And I actually have lots of copycats of people who replicate my jewelry. We're going to say it nicely. We're not going to call out any people who do it, but there are people who make replicas of the things that I make, and that's okay. They can do that. If it makes them happy, then whatever. So first things first, we're gonna make some small spikes nose to ear chains because I've been out of stock of them for over 2 months because the supplier that I usually get my supplies from didn't have them anymore for some reason. So I had to contact other suppliers to get quotes, etc. So this is actually, I hope they are the same quality as the ones I used to have. It seems like it. It's gonna be fine, I think. But yeah, I used to have different ones or by another supplier at least. And I also ordered a huge, but like a massive batch of spikes because I have been running out of spikes a lot recently. Every time I have to order them, I have to wait a few days until they get here. Most of the time that I order from the UK, by the way. I have 2 main suppliers. One is located in the UK for all of the special things, for the spikes and for the lava beads, etc. And all of my regular crafting supplies, so jewelry supplies, come from a website called Sayilla. They are a kind of not really wholesale, but they have a lot of jewelry supplies and they are very good quality. And I've been ordering on there for the last 4 years, 5 years that I've been making jewelry. And thank you, Jalen. These Ankh earrings actually come from Claire's, and I haven't been able to find similar Ankhs, so I just wear these ones. I have other Ankhs, but they are really smaller. So they are this size, and I do like bigger Ankhs in my ears, but for nose to ear chains, smaller Ankhs work better. Elena is saying, I'm on lunch break. I work at a restaurant. Well, thank you for joining in, Elena. Good luck at work still. I know how hard it can be working in restaurants because I've worked in a restaurant as well as a student. So yeah. Theo says, how are you guys today? I'm personally very fine. I went to change my phone shit today. That's getting solved. I still have to get my new phone. It's been ordered because I only had one in stock and me and my boyfriend both wanted the same one. And because his screen is cracked, I was like, yeah, you get the first one. I will wait until the second one arrives. But yeah. We have new phones, or well, my boyfriend already has it. I'm still waiting for it, but it's fine. So, how has everyone been? Yes, Cindy says that we have the same Ankh earrings. We bought it the first time we actually really got to know each other while shopping, of course. Like women bonding over shopping, that's like the best thing ever. Tio says, well, not so good. My nerve pain came back again since the weather suddenly got much colder. Yes, my allergies have kicked in severely as well. I was pretty fine the entire summer so far. And then all of a sudden it was like allergy overdose. So I'm not sure why, but it's also right now since it's gotten colder and it's been getting a lot windier here. And that's when my allergies now have flared up. It really sucks. I hope you will feel better soon. So yeah, for anyone wondering, I always use the same supplies. Or I try at least to always use the same supplies if I'm happy with the quality. Now, I have changed the chains that I have been using quite a few times in the past. Most of the time because I do wear my own creations all the time. And when I notice that my chains tarnish quickly so that they get like a sort of hue on them is the best way I can describe it. I try to see what causes it. Is it my makeup? Is it the type of chain that I'm using, etc.? So in my jewelry, everything has been very consistent these past few years, except the chains, because chain is very sensitive and I have to change it all the time. I actually switched to more expensive chain quite recently, and it has been working a lot better. I also have a few people who I give nose to ear chains to, and they give me their feedback, and they tell me how it's made and what they like about it, and eventual like improvements, etc. So that really helps, I find. So yeah, if one of those people is here, feel free to let me know what you think about the recent creations I've sent you. I don't think she will be joining. There's two people right now who test my jewelry. But yeah, I find it really fun to make these nose to ear chains. It's very simple. It's just time consuming. Depending which chain I am making, it can take me 5 minutes. Like the simple chain ones take about 5 minutes. But the more intricate ones, like the ones with beads, take me 15 to 20 minutes, depending. So that's also kind of why they are more expensive, even though my chains are not expensive at all, I think. But yeah, because more work goes into them. Lothar, hello, welcome. I didn't do my live stream on Friday this week because you had told me last time that you were out dancing. So I was like, I'm not going to do it on Friday. I just dropped a beat and my cat is already chasing it. Nee, Lucky. Hold on. She knows she cannot play with my beats, but she still does it, or tries to do it at least. Lothar is saying, I know what you mean. I know what you talk about with the supplies. It's just the same here in Germany. Not many suppliers for God and cyber stuff. UK is best. Yeah. No, she doesn't eat any of my supplies. She just likes to play with them. And then I find them everywhere. So the best thing is if I drop something is to pick it up immediately, or I will find it inside a rug or behind the closet or inside one of her toy things. That's also a possibility, but like she just enjoys playing with it. It makes noise when it falls onto the ground, so that's why she likes it mostly. But she's been really sweet today. She's very cuddly all of a sudden. We've had her for a year, like this week, since the 23rd. We've had her a year, and we were like very surprised at how much and how little she has changed over the year. Of course, she has grown a lot bigger, but she's still so sweet and so cuddly. And she knows us very well, and we know her very well and all of her habits and things she likes to do. That's why I allow her to be in the same room while I'm live streaming, because she's very predictive. Like she had to eat not too long ago, so it's possible she will get hyperactive again, and then I will just kick her out if needed. I hope not, but like it could happen. So right now I'm just putting eye pins into every bead that I'm gonna make my chains with, and in the spikes that I'm using. And that's always step one for me, is just putting the pins into the beads, and then afterwards I will just do them all at once. It's for me easier than just doing one and then making the hole, etc. For the tools that I'm using, I am using jewelry pliers, and you can get these at craft stores, and you can get these also at Gamma, which is like a hardware store. So these are the ones that I use. So basic big pliers that I don't use as often actually, and then wire cutters to cut chains or to cut things shorter than they are. And then the pliers that I use most often to hold my beads, and then of course these loopy ones to create the loops that you need. Jalen, does your cat like to jump off furniture at 4 a.m.? Yeah, but if I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. I don't wake up from my cat making noise because she plays with tiny balls a lot. She likes to chase things that make noise. So she does make noise at night. But once I'm sleeping, and I'm not really bothered by it. Luckily enough. And she's back into her kitty hammock. Yay! Elena says, I have a fat black cat called Mr. Spock and a 10-year-old German Shepherd, Wolfgang Wolfie. Oh, that's so cute. My cat is Lucky. She's a black and white cat, and she's a year and a few months old. Yeah, she's really sweet. She's really cute. Every time I take pictures and she tries to pass me by, I will grab her to take pictures with me, but she doesn't really like it. But I still try. People can try. Also saying it takes good craftsmanship to make jewelry. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out how to make these loops, like loops, and not flat or not too big or not too small. So it does take some practice. It's not like, well, some of the things about making jewelry do take practice and you do have to learn how to do them. Some other things like opening and closing jump rings are way easier. Yeah. Ooh, Sarah Dowden. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to my live stream. Sarah asked, have you gotten any Halloween stuff yet? No, actually, stores here in Belgium don't have anything yet for Halloween. I do have a planning for Halloween videos that I'm already working on. I have a few craft videos for other people who, like me, live in countries that don't have largely accessible Halloween things, so that you can DIY your own things. And I want to make them as accessible as possible with just like regular things that you can get at any craft supply store. So yeah, that's what I will be working on for my Halloween videos this year. I hope some stores here in Belgium will have cool Halloween things. My hopes are up for Cindy help. The store that we went to in Brussels where we got all of the Halloween things. I'm not sure of the name anymore. I know Claire's always has a lot of Halloween things as well, but it's mostly like jewelry and cutesy things to make outfits with. But like actual room decor, house decor, it was another shop. Flying Tiger. Thank you, Cindy. That's where I got my spider bowl that I still use as a fruit bowl. But they had a lot of really cool things. So my hopes are up for Flying Tiger again this year. We also have like a really cheap store that Cindy just talks about as well. It's called Action. It's like a dollar store, more or less. They might have things too, but every year I'm kind of disappointed with the quality of the things. Like they look good at first, then after you use them a few times, they just break. Cindy said that she's gonna go back as well this year to Flying Tiger in Action. Yeah, they had some really cool stuff. But the things by Action, I used to have a candle with like spooky things onto the candle design, and it just stopped working all of a sudden. So I switched the batteries and it was still not working. So I'm not sure what happens with Action quality items, but they're not meant to last. That's clear. So what are you guys up to today, this evening? Because like it's evening already here in Belgium. I know in the US it's a few hours earlier, so if you have plans of going to the club or anything, feel free to share. I personally don't have anything fun or special planned this weekend. I'm just home, chill. I will be editing, working on some pictures for my Instagram, etc. I have been getting a great response to my wood service video, which was really nice. So thank you already to each and every one of you if you have seen it or if you want to see it. It was one of my most ambitious videos to to make. If you want to know how long I spent on filming it, I started. Well, I started preparing, so doing my makeup at 9 in the morning. I started filming around 10, and I ended filming around 5 or 6, I think it was. So I spent like most of the day working on that video, actually filming it, and then afterwards I think it took 5 hours, 6 hours to edit the entire thing, to go through all the footage, to select good clips, etc. Also to find and add in the images of the lip service catalogs, because they're really hard to find for some reason. There used to be a website who had all the lip service catalogs, so the old catalogs that had the pictures of the clothing, etc. But nowadays they're really hard to find. There's Redemption Clothing who has a lot of it, but also not everything. So yeah, that was a really fun video to make, a really hard one, but still, I'm glad it got a lot of good response. Tio says, I'm doing laundry all day long and I'm preparing filled paprika for tomorrow. Yeah, we did laundry as well today. We have the first big batch of laundry drying outside. So tomorrow when we get up, the laundry is mostly dry. And then tomorrow I still have to do like the bed sheets, etc. But it always takes a long time for regular clothes to dry. But like the bedding, etc. is mostly dry in an hour or two. And if we can, we will put everything outside to dry because it's a lot better. Also for allergies, it helps. There we go. Jilin says, I have the day off work, so I'm just going to animate stuff until I pass out on my keyboard. Yeah, you should make more videos. I've been missing your videos. I was like really excited when you made like a kind of comeback video, and then I was like left waiting. But like I know your videos are worth waiting for, but I'm really excited to see more. And also, I was totally not aware until Cindy pointed out at me that I was in one of your videos. It was so cool when I found out. So yeah, I'm really still impressed by your video skills. I would never be able to do that type of videos, I think. I'm working on a project which will kind of force me into using my digital skills again because I don't really use them as often anymore. So I hope that my drawing skills, digital drawing skills at least, will improve a tiny bit over it. Tio says, still have to do some laundry, but I'll do it later today after your stream. By the way, I looked for the train tickets to Brussels in October, and if everything works fine, I'm going to buy them in 2 weeks. Now I just need somewhere to stay at night. Depending which city you are going through, there are really cheap hotels. They are called Ibis, I think. Those are the best hotels here in Belgium. Unfortunately, I'm not able to offer a place to sleep since we only have our bedroom and the rest is like house. It's not super big. Like I can have Cindy on my couch, but that's about it. And Jillian says, if you need help with any of your digital stuff, feel free to DM me. That is super sweet of you. I have a drawing tablet, a Wacom tablet, and it's a really good one, but I haven't used it in 2 years, 3 years. So I'm gonna see how that goes. What I plan on doing is first making the drawings actually on paper, scanning them in, and then working digitally over them with my drawing tablet and coloring them in, etc. We'll see how that goes. But I think it's the best way to work for it. I'm gonna put on some more music if I can find any. If you have anything music-wise that you want me to check out, now is the time because my search bar is open. So the first ones to recommend something for me to listen to are the things that I'm gonna be looking up into Spotify. So it has to be in Spotify. Or otherwise I could use YouTube as well. So I'm already here for half an hour and I'm just bending things, looping things. Yay. This is what I have to do most of the time when I work on jewelry, like make loops to connect things. There we go. So now that I have a bunch of those, I can start looking at the design that I'm making. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 of those. Okay. So for these spike nose to ear chains, I've actually tried out a few designs, and the ones that work best are between 11 and 13 centimeters long. If you go any shorter, they tend to be too short and will pull closer or will bend open the loops. And if you go any longer, they will just droop too much over the mouth. So if you are making nose to ear chains, between 11 and 13 centimeters is most of the time what looks best on people. If you have a smaller face or a longer face or like wider face, you might need to make it longer. And the best way to measure it actually is take a tape measure and just look from where to where you need it to go. So from my nose to my ear, for me, is 11 centimeters. But you want it to droop a tiny bit, but most of the time that gets compensated by the O-rings that I use, so by the rings to attach it, also the clasp, and then a O-ring and a earring thing, hook, whatever it's called, to attach it to your ear, and that's how it will droop. But if you want to know the distance you want your nose to ear chain to be, most of the time it's easiest to just measure it straight across, and that's the measurement you will need most of the time. Jalen, you have mentioned this in the past, but how long does it take to make a piece of jewelry? Well, it depends. It really depends. If I'm just working on one specific piece of jewelry, like one chain, nose to ear chain, so with one chain simply, it will take me 5 minutes maybe. So take out my supplies, just cut the wire, put everything together, that's it, 5 minutes. But most of the time, if I work on jewelry, I will take at least 1 hour to work on it, so I can make multiple pieces, not have to be stressed out about not having time to finish them, etc. If I work on necklaces, so for me more complicated designs and designs that I really have to think about how it's gonna hang and make it flow and use different colored beads, etc., then it can easily take me 2 hours to create a necklace. That's not uncommon for me. Theo, I'm pretty sure they have the Ibis Hotel in Brussels, as Kathy mentioned. I think so. I'm pretty sure it's close to the station as well. It's Ibis Budget Hotels, I think it's called, the chain. And I really need to drink some water. So, since no one has music recommendations, I'm gonna take the music that I used in my video and put it on. If my music for some reason is disturbing anyone or is too loud, feel free to let me know so I can put it a little less loud, etc. I'm not sure if you can even hear it. It's possible you can't. Theo, they're a 3-star hotel, 80 euros a night. Yeah, when we went to the Amphi Festival, we also stayed at the Ibis Hotel. They're really good. They are really consistent rooms and quality of like what the chain has to offer, like the room size, the bedding, the food in the morning, etc. And there's someone new. Hello, Jimmy Gray, and welcome to my live stream. Jimmy asks, how are you today? I am doing very well, Jimmy. How are you? And Cindy is gonna grab a dream. A drink, of course. Well, I'm pretty sure, Theo, since you're a student, there's also hostels, like where you have a bed inside a room with a lot of other people. Well, I'm not sure how many other people, but those tend to be cheaper. And I think if you look onto the website with the most hated commercial ever, or at least by me, on Trivago, I think you might be able to find cheaper hotels in Brussels. But do always look at the walking distance from stations, etc. Because not everything is in a as nice neighborhood. And if you want Cindy to double check the neighborhood for you, feel free to ask her, because like not everything is as nice in Brussels. And welcome back, Hey Shaker. It's nice to see familiar names. And also new names, of course, but like it's fun to see that people enjoy joining my streams. One more bead and we're done with this chain. There we go. So this is actually the base of the nose to ear chain band, so you can wear it like so. And then I'm gonna be putting the attachments to it. And that's actually pretty simple. I have a bunch of clasps in different sizes. I'm not sure if you guys can even see that. But I have tiny clasps specifically bought for making nose to ear chains. They are 1 centimeter in total, which is like really small. The biggest ones I have, I think, are 3 to 4 centimeters, and I use those for the backs of necklaces, so it's easier to attach them. So I take one of the tiny clasps, and then I will also take a earring hook and a little stopper, you know, like those plasticky stoppers that you can put on earring hooks. Oops, they are connected together. And I will always put a tiny stopper onto the earring hooks. And this has already saved my earring from falling out a few times. So I'm really glad I do this for the people that buy my chains as well. Because it's delicate and sometimes the top will fall out of my nose if I'm wearing a open ring and I'm dancing too much. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have those stoppers in my ears. And then the trick is to put the little clasp in the direction that your chain is going. And the best way to do this is to just take the chain and attach it and then try it and see if you need to flip it. What I've had in the past was that my hooks were on the wrong way. Now with this chain, it doesn't matter too much because the spikes actually flip around. But if you have a chain that doesn't flip around, you really have to be careful how you attach the tiny clasp, that it is in the right direction to attach to your piercing. Of course, if you use a jump ring, it's a lot easier because a jump ring doesn't have a direction. And the rings I use are actually rings that can bend open rather quickly because I find it safer. And people have been asking me, why don't you use stronger rings? Because I don't want you guys to get hurt and rip out your piercings. So this is what a finished chain looks like. And I actually keep all of my finished chains in one of my little containers so that when an order comes in, I can check if I still have any chains left. Cindy says, I also stocked up on those stoppers a few years ago. Yeah, I buy a bag of 500 every time I make an order, and it will last me for about a year, I think. Hey Shaker asks, when did God start wearing rosaries, or have they always worn them? I have personally always worn rosaries. This one is one that I made myself, so it's not a real rosary, although the beads do correspond to an actual rosary. But I do have this one here. Now this one is a real actual rosary that I got, I think, from my grandma or at a second-hand like yard sale. So this one actually has a Jesus on it and has like the little symbols and the right amounts of beads and is connected and everything. I just really like the aesthetic of rosaries, and I have been raised very in a very Christian environment. Not that I am like actively Christian. I describe myself as an atheist. I don't describe myself as a Christian, but I was raised in a very Christian environment, and this has just it has good memories for me for some reason. I have been wearing this one ever since I got it, and I think that has been at least 10 years ago, at least. So yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces of jewelry ever to wear. I just like the aesthetic, basically, of rosaries. Not because I'm super Christian or anything. Um, Elena says, I kind of don't wear them because I'm Catholic. Um, I think you can like things just for their aesthetic. I think most people who wear the Killstar Baphomet things don't even know what's behind it. So I think people have always worn jewelry just because it looked a certain way. Cindy says in the 80s somewhere, my mom was a new romantic and also wore those back in the days. Jalen says my favorite rosary necklace broke a couple months ago. This one has also broken a few times, but since I have all the jewelry supplies, I can easily fix it. So if it's not fixed yet, and if you want to get it fixed, let me know what's broken because chances are high I know how to fix it, and I will be more than happy to do that for you. Um, Jimmy Gray says you have a very great taste in crafting necklaces. Thank you very much. I have sold only the custom ones so far, and all the other necklaces, for some reason, no one wants them. I'm like, I'm kind of torn about it because I put a lot of time and effort into creating those necklaces, and I've gotten a lot of great response about them, but no one wants to actually buy them. But until they're sold, I can still wear them. That's my reasoning behind it because they're all pieces that I've made and I do clean them every time. Before I ship out anything, I will clean it if I have worn it myself, especially necklaces because you can get like foundation on it, etc. Lothar says, I'm cooking some rice with paprika and tomatoes watching. Besides watching, haven't had a meal since yesterday evening. Yeah, you gotta go eat, girl. We had oven baked potatoes with like Mediterranean herbs on them, um, chicken that is filled with ham and cheese. I'm not sure what it's called anymore. And then I made broccoli. No, not broccoli. Cauliflower, bloemkool, the white thing that resembles broccoli but isn't broccoli. I made that and it was really good. I do cook almost every single day. I really enjoy cooking and I prefer eating food that I know what is in it. So if I make it myself, I know what it is and I don't struggle eating it. But if I don't know what it is, I will be very picky about my food. Um, Sydney says, I've also been raised in a very Christian environment. The past few weeks, I noticed how heavy Catholics my grandparents are. I didn't know it was that bad. Yeah, that's difficult indeed. I think it's only in like hard moments that you discover those things. Theo says, by the way, I started to broadcast on YouTube occasionally, not regularly, but sometimes when I have time for it. Well, you should notify me or send me a message about it, because if you don't tell me about it, I will not know. Like even Cindy, if she's going live or anything, I always ask her like, let me know when you go live because otherwise I will just miss it. But that's just me. Like I'm it's not that I don't wanna watch live streams, etc. It's just that I never know about them on time. Recently, I've been binge watching Sci-Fi Face Off because it's been broadcasted on the TV here, and because they are doing all the seasons. I have like a season every week, more or less, to watch. So I have been in front of the TV a lot more than I was before because usually I just watch YouTube videos. I prefer watching YouTube videos over TV. But ever since they have Sci-Fi Face Off, I have been watching Sci-Fi Face Off. And and I've been wanting to start working on my own sci-fi stuff again. Um, but yeah, it costs a lot of money. It's very expensive, those supplies. I did spend a lot of money on my silicone, and I haven't really used it. And then not too long ago, I had the chance to actually use it, and no one wanted to be like injured or anything. So yeah, um, I love special effects makeup. I've always had a passion for it. I always really enjoyed seeing how things are made makeup wise, and that's one of the reasons I got into makeup, not because of pretty makeup but because of special effects makeup. Cauliflower. Hey shaker, when I was little I just assumed they were I'm gonna have to scroll up. Hey shaker, when I was little I just assumed they were necklaces, not regular. My mom got mad at me once for wearing one. Well, yeah, since I was raised so Christianly, we had a huge rosary in our classroom, and we were actually taught to do the prayers for the rosary. And it's something we had to do on several occasions during the school year. Not that I remember them, but like I know we had to do them sometimes. So I knew it was like a Christian thing, but I've always really liked the aesthetic of it. Like the amounts of beads and then the big crosses that are attached to it, although this is just a regular cross and not really a Jesus cross, because the Jesus has to be part of it to be an actual rosary, not jewelry, rosary. There are several things that they have to have in order to be an actual rosary. But I like the way it matches, like, if you're wearing colored dresses and then just to have a necklace peeping out under it and falling like this, I really like the look of it. And that's the main reason why I wear them. Let's see. So, Lothar, yes, that was a fast crafting. If I do it for the first time, it would take me an hour or more. And Elena is going to work again. Have an amazing evening, Elena. If you still hear this, if you're not already gone, good luck at work. And I hope to catch you another time on one of my videos. Tio, I just started this week, Wednesday, and only streamed 2 times so far. I try to stream in the weekends because I tend to have a lot more time for it and people will enjoy it more, and I have just time to sit and talk to you guys, which is nice. I'm trying to close this. So yeah, if you stream, let me know. I really want to try and join in once to see how it goes and just to help you out on your channel. Cindy, I'm gonna go live again soon. This shit should be over again soon. Not really this week somewhere. I've set up a new YouTube area, a decent one. Yeah, your previous setups weren't that bad, in my opinion at least. But it does help if you have like a dedicated area to work on your videos. It's more motivating to start working on them, or at least for me it is. Ever since I got this room that is kind of like my room to do whatever the fuck I want, it really helps to craft and to do whatever I want. I'm looking for a tiny clasp. Yes, this one is small enough. And then an earring hook. Um, Hey Shaker is saying the Catholic Church need to fuck up and die, but that's a whole other topic. Yes, it is. I'm not really. I think if people find something good in religion, then of course that's good. But I personally, I don't see the purpose of it. For me, at least. Like for some other people, yeah, maybe it could be a good thing. But for me, nah, I couldn't care less. But I have a very big like live and let live fashion of our way of looking at life. I'm just not too bothered by what other people do. Otherwise, if you care too much, you stop just living. So this is a second one, all done. Quickly check how many beads I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 6. I have enough to make another one. So then I will have 3 in stock. And honestly, for the amount of sales that I have, this is enough. Like if I have 3 of every piece, that would be way too much. I know my spike things sell rather good most of the time. So yeah, we'll see how long this lasts me. And now I'm actually spending a lot more time on making them because I'm distracted and talking to you guys. So yeah. Theo says, I'll notify you when I stream next time. I was used to wear an inverted cross with a pentagram when I was 16, inverted pentagram. Um, yeah, you just wear whatever you want to. Like, if you like the aesthetic of pentacles, of pentagrams, why not? Um, I have a bunch of them, but I always wear it with the point up because of this positive energy that I know, because someone told me. Not because I'm super interested in it or anything, but just because someone told me. I also have a pentacle ring that I can wear like both ways, so both with the pentacle up and down, but I always try and have it pointed up so it has positive energy. This ring is not working with me very well. Better. Theo also says I'll try to steam on Saturdays as well. My YouTube setup is horrible, too small to work decently. Yeah, it's something you have to grow into and learn what to do. My setup has not always been the best either. I think I still struggle with my YouTube setup. I'm not sure if the closet is the best thing to use as a backdrop for my videos. But like, make videos and see what works. Trying to get this one closed as well. I'm not sure what the music is. Ian Oblique. It's good music. Hello, Andy. Hello, fellow crafty lady. I am wearing notoriously more makeup today. Surprise, surprise. For those of you who don't know Andy, Andy is an amazing crafty person and she makes dragons and all sorts of things dragons inspired, and they are incredible. If you're into dragons or you just want to see pretty things, then head over to her, I think it's Twitch. Andy, give us your link to your thingy thing so people can watch your videos as well. She makes live streams of when she's working on her creations. And honestly, it's really cool to see because I'm not someone who's good with clay, etc., and she is. So for me, it's really fun to see someone who's passionate about a craft working on their craft. And Andy also uses eyeshadows for the eyes of her dragons. So it's really cool to see like the color combinations she uses because it's not like just paint, you know? Andy says modded. Really? Is YouTube not allowing you to post your link? Well, it's lace and metal, as she says. She's also on Instagram if you want to follow her. But I actually got the makeup palette, the Renfield palette, in the mail this week. And it was super fun to play with. Like, I'm gonna try and have the mirror not too exposed. But like, these are the colors and my camera is not doing them any justice. This is a sparkly pale pink. This is a really nice like burnt orange color. The one next to it is more of a brownish shimmer shade. It's packed with shimmer. The one next to it is the one that is on my lid today that you can't really see because of my glasses. It shifts from a orangey tone to a pinkish purple, as you can see here. And then the final one is a really nice sparkly blue. And I am in love with this shade. Yeah, my sweaty hands are on it right now. So yeah, this is what the palette looks like, the Renfield palette, and it is absolutely stunning. I'm gonna take off my glasses one moment so you can maybe see, but like the shift in that lid color is just incredible. And I'm super happy I was able to get it. I was actually on holiday when it released, and we were in a McDonald's. I went onto the Wi-Fi of the McDonald's because we didn't have any mobile internet connection over there, and I just ordered it like off of my phone. I even forgot to use a promo code, like an affiliate code, because I was just like, I need the palette. I was so scared I was gonna miss out on it. But yeah, I got it in the first batch. I think it's still available on the website because they have made a second batch of it that I think is still available. I'm not 100% sure. If you can get your hands on it, it is a tad more expensive than just loose eyeshadows. But damn, this is good quality. I actually didn't have to use a lot of each shade to get incredible color payoff. And I did just play around with them. So yeah. And he says, no, it's out. Yeah, that sucks. Like maybe if we push enough, they will bring it back once again. It was a really nice palette to buy. I was really excited for it. They had been posting teasers, and I was already like, yeah, I need this, I need this, I want it. So I'm really glad I did. And I also got what's it called? A gift with purchase shade with it. And this one is called Cult 101. So let me carefully open it, not on top of my jewelry. Oops, dip my finger in it. I'm not sure if your guys are gonna be able to see this. Yeah, no, my light is totally washing that out. It's a shimmery shade that is somewhere between brown and pink and purple, and it has like a ton of glitter. And it is awesome. I haven't used it yet in a makeup look, but I'm really excited to use it. Like ever since my brain is just going nowhere. Ever since I started having more shades by Notoriously Morbid, there are shimmery shades. I actually kind of stopped wearing my nude shades, my more like matte shades, and I started wearing shimmers more and more. Like Coven Muffin is like my absolute favorite color by them, and it's a color that I wear most. If I'm going for a red, it's like either Buca del Infiero or Coven Muffin, and most of the time Coven Muffin. So Cindy says, I'm curious to see that certain lipstick you'll be getting in the future, which still needs to arrive. Which one are you talking about? Because I ordered more than one lipstick. I made a tiny bit of a massive order on Notoriously Morbid. Oh, the pale thingy. Yeah, I know which one you mean. I can't remember the name. I'm gonna check my shopping cart. Hold on. Oh, it's called Spectre Stricken. Andy, you know what I mean? Spectre Stricken. It's like this very pale lipstick with like lots of weird shifts in it, and I'm super intrigued. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. The one I'm actually wearing today was the Mystic Monthly that I was able to purchase of someone who didn't like it. It's this shade I'm having on my lips right now. It's a nude shade, but it has like a ton of shimmer in it. So once it dries matte, and once you like press your lips together, it kind of releases the shimmers that are in it, and it's super pretty. I know this isn't available to purchase, but like if they made this one permanent, I would buy it because it's so good. It's called Leiden. And yeah, it's just pretty, very pretty. It's funny how every single live stream that I do, we always end up talking about makeup somewhere, even if it's not even like a makeup related live stream at all. But yeah, that's what happens. So now we have completed 3 nose to ear chains with small spikes. Gonna quickly check how many of the big spikes I still have to make chains with. So this is one with small spikes. So if we're checking my current stock of pre-made chains, I have one with large spikes. And as you can see, these don't like flip around the way the small spikes do because they are attached to rings. So if you want to put a clasp on this one, you have to be careful of the direction it goes in, but it looks like this. So one of those, then the 3 ones I just made with these small spikes. Spotify is giving me publicity again. Then one of the double chains, so the one that has both beads. Oops, it's flipped. Then one that has beads and chain like this. One that has beads and chains. I really love this one. I have one of those myself because I have a personal collection of all of the nose to ear chains I wear myself, and that's one of them. This one has big beads, which some people really like, and then one with small beads. And that's actually the only ones I have. Okay, funny story. I got questions about golden chains all the time on Etsy. And once I made golden chains, no one bought them. So I have golden chains and all the supplies to make golden chains. And suddenly no one wants them anymore. Like, it's funny how people are. They will ask about something, and once you have it, then it's just, nah, we don't want it anymore. Andy says, love the big spiked one. Thank you. And Theo says, doing housework is exhausting. Now I understand my mom. Yeah, doing house things are really exhausting. I can totally relate with that. So now that I know that I don't have any regular chain ones anymore, I'm gonna quickly make a few chain ones, and it's actually very easy to do. You just cut chain and attach it together. And if you have purchased one of my chains in the past, a regular chain one, you will know that, or you should maybe know that I always try and have the same length of chain. And if you have one with a attachment, it's always exactly in the middle of the chain and not in the middle of the total length, so it will fall onto your cheek nicely. And the reason that I have a cheat sheet for my nose to ear chains is to be able to be very consistent with the length of my chains, etc. So I have this like calculating paper on which I have all of the measurements for my chains, and I will just put the chain onto the paper and then just cut up the chain the length it needs to be. And I'm gonna be making 2 of each, so 2 just plain nose to ear chains and 2 double chains, just to have a tiny bit of stock. Now those sell out really quick, or well, I sell them a lot. They never really sell out because I always have more material to make them. One of the boxes that I keep into my closet, the spooky box one, is actually a box full of spare supplies. So if I take the last bag of my chain, for example, I know that it's time to order more chain and I will have it on time before I run out. Same thing with my black beads and same thing with my other types of chain, etc. So that I never really fall without stock of some things that I have. But sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, unfortunately. There we go. So I just cut chain pieces. Pieces of chain, yeah. And if I pre-make things, I will always make them with clasps because it's easy to change it from a clasp to a ring. It's easy for me at least, and most people do order the clasp attachment. Okay. And sometimes I have tiny clasps that are broken or big clasps that I have that are broken, and I will just throw them out. I used to keep them and try to fix them, but most of the time it's just because there was one in the entire pack that I got that wasn't good, so it's not an issue to me. Four of those, 2, 3. anyone wants me to talk about something specific about my jewelry or about anything else, feel free to ask. Was there anyone who joined in on last week's live stream on Friday who still knows what it was about? Lothar is saying, just listening to Assemblage 23, disappoint. Funkerwocht remix, the last days again and again to let you know what I'm listening to. And some YouTube dance video had this music. Okay, cool. Let me look up that song. Whoops. Let's see, Assemblage 23. And then which song? Disappoint. And it's the Funkerwocht remix. Let's see if I like it as well. Andy, would you ever do body chains? Yes, and I have done in the past, but there wasn't a lot of interest in it. I think I only sold one, and that's it. And I had made about 5 or 6 different designs, and I just took them apart and used the chains for other things. So last week on Friday, I actually live streamed because I was going to work on a video at night. I ended up recording until 3 at night, and I still need to get to editing. It's a dancing video actually, and I'm really anxious to make it because I don't industrial dance. I have my own dancing style, so I'm kind of really anxious about how people are gonna react to it. But yeah, we'll see. And I'm not sure if it's gonna be next week's video or not. It all depends how long editing takes me. If I notice that the editing is gonna take too long, I have another video that I can edit easier. Well, that will take less time to edit. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I know this song. It's very good. Yeah, Theo, you just joined in a bit later, which isn't a bad thing. Like, you don't always have to be in my stream the moment I started. I mean, that's normal. But yeah, the song I was dancing to was very appropriate for the day and the time I was filming it. I ended up using Insomnia by Synth Attack for that video. It's one of the songs that I listen to most lately, so yeah, it was very appropriate for me to dance to. And it's just a fun song. Oops. Yeah, I do fuck up sometimes when I'm making jewelry, and most of the time it results in me tearing my skin. It doesn't really hurt though, so it's okay. I really like this song, by the way. I didn't know it was the Funkerwocht remix that was so good, but it is. It's this version that is best. Was a shame that they weren't able to play at the MP festival because of their visa being declined. I would have loved seeing them live. It would have been very good. So yeah, things I have worked on in the past that I don't sell anymore on my Etsy or in general are patches. I used to make patches a lot. I'm just painting them on fabric, on cotton fabric. I stopped doing that and I sold all of them to one person. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna make this epic jacket with all of them on it. And he was gonna send me pictures of it, but then it never happened. So I was like, okay then. Not that it really matters. I just stopped doing it because I didn't enjoy it anymore. I also used to make hair bows. So hair bows with like spikes and rippy things on them, etc. I really liked making those as well. Um, until I got feedback from people that things were wrong with them and that the size was not good and whatever. I don't know what was their issue with it, but I just stopped making them at one point. And I didn't really wear them myself either. So if I know that I make something that I don't wear it, I'm not sure why other people would wear it. Or yeah. I did like making them though, but like I didn't wear them myself, so I just stopped making them. I still take requests. Like Cindy knows this. If Cindy wants something, she will just ask me for it, and I will most likely be able to make it for her. I also make things out of polymer clay, and I think I gave all of my polymer clay to Cindy as well because, well, I try and work with it. I was kind of okay with it, but it was not what I wanted to make or not the quality that I wanted to make, so that I didn't use it anymore. But yeah, the one thing that has always been selling rather well is my nose to ear chains, and I think it's the main reason that I still make jewelry is my nose to ear chains and kind of the success that they have. So yeah, these are my double nose to ear chains, so with double chains, and these are the simple ones. The simple chain nose to ear chain. This is my most popular design, the simple chain ones. So now I have two of each as well that are pre-made and ready. Um, let's still make one or two more styles of nose to ear chains. If there's anything you want to see me make. My neighbors are waving at me and my cat is chasing things on the window. Yay, this was awkward. I'm gonna close the window. Well, you know what I mean, the curtain of the window. Stop de kinderen naar beneden te springen. Je kleine schat. Ja. There we go. And here is Lucky. Say hi, Lucky. Say hi to all the people over there. She's really sweet today. Like, yeah. Tiny one. Yeah, no, not on the desk right now. So yeah, for people who haven't seen her yet, this is Lucky. She's my cat and she's awesome. But she wants to play all the time and she was chasing bugs on the window. So either she's gonna stay here or she wants to go. She wants to go. So the kitty is gone. So what type of chain do I still want to make? I'm not sure. I'm gonna quickly check what I don't have in stock anymore that has been selling rather well. Oh, the spike ones. I have been making spike and chain ones with the big spikes, well, with the smallest ones of my big spikes, and people have been liking them a lot. So I'm gonna make a few more of those, I think. I have so many spikes in different sizes, and I threw them all together into one kind of bin, and I shouldn't have done that. So now each time I want to work on something, I have to like pull them all out and just collect the ones that I need to work with. The thing is with those spikes that some of them have the tips break off for some reason, or they arrive with tips that aren't sharp or like sharp-ish. So I just have to throw them out. Last time I made an order, my supplier actually messed up and sold me gold ones instead of silver ones. Like, how the hell am I gonna make gold things if not even regular gold things? So, but yeah, if someone wants it, I have supplies to make the small spike nose chains in gold. Yay! Not impressed. So now my Spotify is playing all of the assembled versions of that song, which I like, but not that much. So I'm quickly gonna turn that off and put my pictures on as well up here. There we go. Better music. Lothar says, yes, cats have their own will. Yeah. Lucky is really nice though. I've missed a few comments. Cindy, I still have quite a few of those bows, and I've been wearing the bone necklace I got since I got it. Yeah, it was really cool to make that bone necklace for you. I actually found back the little holy things that I was looking for. Where they were exactly in the spot where I thought they were, but just behind something. Anyhow, Lothar says Assemblage is announcing the setup for Mira Luna. I hope they will be at Amphi Festival again next year, because I don't go to Mira Luna. For me, it's just too far. Since I have to drive to every festival I go to, I really have to look at the distance that festivals are at. And for me, Mira Luna is just too far right now. I actually put my spikes on top of my other things. So right now I'm gonna try and see if I can still make one of these. Tio, finally finished the most housework. Now I have almost 3 hours till the washing machine has finished, so I can finally eat dinner. Well, enjoy your meal, Tio, and good luck with laundry. I'm very lucky to have my own laundry machine, and I have like for clothes I wear to work that aren't really dirty, I have a really short washing cycle that's only half an hour, I think. And all of the other things that is like 2 hours. But like I don't have a dryer, so I just put everything on a drying rack outside, and that's how I do my laundry. And now I have to count the pieces of chain because on some of my chains I will count the links to know the distance I need and not actually the distance because it's not as accurate. So for this particular chain I will need 6 links between the spikes. And I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of chain. Yes, I do cut open my chains. I have tried bending them open and closed again, but because the chain is really not meant to be bent open and closed often, it really makes it brittle, so it's better to just cut it open. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them done, and then the other one. And Cindy, do you have any plans for your YouTube channel? Anything you want to work on? Because if you want, you can come over and we can work on more videos together. Because like I have a bunch of videos for Halloween that we could do together, if you'd like to, of course. I already am planning all of my Halloween videos, and I'm not ashamed of admitting it. I'm already working, well, not working on them, but like writing out ideas and seeing that I can gather all the supplies, etc. I'm just really passionate about Halloween, so yeah. And we are so close to 2,500 subscribers. Not there yet, but so close. And also on my Instagram, I am really close to 1,600 if I'm not mistaken, which is like insane. And I would have never expected it to happen. But it's really cool. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have like goals for social media. I have a few, but like if I don't reach them, it's not the end of the world for me. I mean, it's just social media. I mean, it's not a job. It's not like something that you have to do, etc. Cindy says, I'd love to do something for Halloween specials, but I still need to plan slash get ideas. My new series will be worked on next week. I think I already did the setup in between running errands, running to the hospital, running errands from grandma, so that's a lot. Yeah, I hope that everything will get solved for what's happening. You know how I feel about it. So, yeah. That's not too happy. Tio, my Wi-Fi just crashed. I have to watch from my phone now. Okay, I hope your phone's quality is kind of decent for you to watch. And then, hey Shaker, when I was a teenager, Halloween was mostly about vandalism. Well, here in Belgium, Halloween isn't really a big thing. Like, I don't think anyone really celebrates it, except maybe for like a few people out here. It's not like anyone does anything special for Halloween. It's the occasion that theme parks use to have like special edition rides and special costumed people at theme parks, etc. But it's not really like a big holiday or something that people celebrate here. I do really like Halloween, but mostly for like the aesthetic reasons. So for the DIY projects I get to do that are Halloween related. And Cindy says, I'm so down for collabs, of course. Well, we should see which weekend you can get here. Because I want to do collabs for Halloween with you. Like last year we wanted to do the pumpkin cutting thing together, but we didn't manage to because of several reasons. But yeah, this year I would really like to have like more Halloween collab things happening. I think that would be very cool. And I'm also already setting up things for like the end of the year. Like I'm already doing the music favorites and new releases for this entire year. And at the end of the year, I want to do a best of the music releases and my favorite songs of the year. So yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward to because I just love music. And for me, it's a way to just share my music inspiration and thoughts, etc., with you guys. And I've been getting great responses on those videos, so it's really motivating to keep working on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it again next year. That's a question that I will be asking you guys at the end of the year because I actually have another series in mind that I want to get working on. But having 2 videos a month that are like a fixed themed video, I'm not sure if that's something that I want to commit to for an entire year for 2 videos a month. Because I think it will only restrict me more in the other videos that I can make. Because right now I make 1 video at a time or 2 videos at a time, depending when I film. But I still have a lot of like freedom in the videos that I want to make. But if I do like on top of my music favorite, which is one fixed video that comes back every month, another monthly video that is like about the same theme every time, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, let me know what you guys would think about it. I'm not gonna reveal the theme just yet. Cindy, you know what it is, so don't tell anyone. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. So maybe next year I won't be doing the monthly music favorites, but the other themed video, and I will be talking about it on my channel more, of course, as the end of the year approaches. But there's another series that I have been working on, or like working on the details of the videos at least, but haven't started filming yet. So yeah. Lothar says, "Hey Shaker, that's exactly the same here. Toothpaste and letterbox. If kids got no sweets, eggs on the door." Okay, like where the hell does that happen? Is it in the US or is it like somewhere entirely different? Um, Theo, the only thing I liked in Halloween as a child were the candies, and his Wi-Fi is back. Yay for Wi-Fi being back. Um, it's in Germany. What? How come Germany has a Halloween culture and Belgium does not? Like, That's so strange, but like I understand because Belgium is kind of like in between everything. Let's have a drink. Hey Shaker, we used to go ghost hunting on Halloween too sometimes. TP and soaping the windows too. Okay then. Not something we do here. Cindy, I also found myself stuck with having a monthly video in my planning, as in too many other video IDs and needing to postpone those other ones. Yes, the only problem I have is that some of my video IDs require a lot of work and a lot of preparation and different shots and angles and bits and pieces I need to record, and it's just overwhelming sometimes. So having one fixed video a month really helps me to keep my schedule. But I think if I would have two, because most months are 4 videos, so 2 out of the 4 is just half of the videos that are like the same thing every month, and I'm not sure if people would be up for that, like if they would still want to watch my content if they don't like one of those 2 fixed videos or both of them, because I'm aware not everyone likes all of my videos. So yeah, it's kind of like I'm torn between it. But I'm not gonna make any changes on like the short term yet. We're gonna see where it goes. And that's how I do most of the things for my YouTube. I just work on the things that I can work on right now and that I want to work on. And then all of those special videos or things that I'm like kind of doubting about, I just postpone them until I have either time to work on them or think about them more. So yeah, we'll see what happens to those. Parts of whoa, hold on, I can't read that fast. Theo, parts of Germany have been occupied by the U.S. in World War II. Maybe this could be the reason. Yes, that's a really likely cause. Um, hey Shaker, Orphea, you and Cindy need to bring the joy of Halloween to Belgium. Yes, but it's very hard because not everyone is like into Halloween, etc. So it can be really tricky to like include Halloween into our culture here because not everyone is into Halloween, of course. I just almost used my cutters to open a ring. Good thing I didn't. Um, let's see. Cindy says yes, but with us, it's also the type of deal where we're creepy all year, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Like I have my wall that is over there behind the closet that is decorated with bats. I'm not sure who it was. It was someone of my family or my friend's family, my boyfriend's family. They came in and was like around October. Was like, oh, a nice Halloween decoration. And I just looked at that person and I went like, that's permanent. So yeah, there's people who don't really see it the way we do, but it's like that with everything in life. Not everyone's gonna think the same things or do the same things we do. Hey Shaker is saying have a Halloween party maybe or event. Yeah, we could. There is a lot of events on Halloween already. Mainly like theme park things going on. So theme parks will have like special Halloween opening late at night, etc. And that's really fun. But in types of parties that used to take place during Halloween, I'm not sure what happened to them, but most of them just stopped. We used to have Vampire Party and we used to have Nocturna, and they would both do Halloween themed things. I think one was on Saturday or the day. Well, I'm not sure when it was exactly, but they both had something Halloween themed every year, and that was really nice, but they both just stopped. Vampire Party is making a comeback, so maybe if it goes well, he will be continuing doing parties, and that would be really nice. So as you can see, I kind of fucked up here with the chain, so I have something that is twisted. So right now I'm gonna see what I did wrong. And this is actually the main thing that I do to most of my chains is when I've made them, I will have a quick look at them if everything is hanging the way it needs to hang. If it's not the case, fix it. I will never send out a chain that is not perfect. I don't want to do that. That's just not the way I am about my jewelry. If I sell something to someone, it needs to be perfect or I won't sell it to that person. Recently, I was selling secondhand clothing, like old cat clothes of mine, and one of the things had sold, and before I actually ship it out, I double check it if everything is intact. And I discovered that one of the things that I sold had a rip in it, so I just refunded that person and also notified them, of course, that it had a rip in it. If the person still wanted it, they could buy it, of course, but at another price. So yeah, that's how I am with my things when I sell them. So this is almost perfect. The only thing I put the attachment on backwards. So it's really important if you make nose to ear chains or if you make any type of jewelry that you always have a close look after making it, that everything is hanging the way it should be hanging, that everything is attached the way it should be attached, and then ship it to the person who bought it. So, and this is what those look like. I think these are really cool. I don't own one myself, but I do think they look really cool. What the hell is happening on it? So I just, I thought I had fixed it, but apparently I didn't. Or I did. Did I or didn't? What the hell? Sometimes making jewelry can be very tedious and very time consuming, so I did fix it, I think. But okay, so what is happening here? Is something twisted or is something wrong way? Like this is something that is like weirdly, oddly thing that happens with nose to ear chains. Sometimes they get their minds of their own and they just don't stay the way they need to stay. So what I do then is I will just try and fix it. That's still not right. What are you doing? And they can be really fiddly to work on. Okay, we fixed it. So now everything is hanging the way it should be hanging. Nothing is twisted anymore. Or is it? Stop being twisted, stupid thing. Okay, so I see what's going on here. I have to turn this around. Let's first attach the chain. Like if you would just make it, put it together, and just have a quick glance and be like, it's okay, then you will send something faulty to a customer. So now that everything is perfect, yes, everything is hanging the way it should be hanging, then I will put it into the bin with all of my pre-mates. So that is one. And now the other one quickly. So of course, because this is a live stream, you see me work on my things, but I'm actually quite distracted by what you guys are talking about and what you guys are asking me, etc. Most of the times, like chains will take me 15 minutes to make them, more or less, depending which style, of course. Oh, Amy! Hi, Amy! And welcome back to Overster. Yay, Amy, you got to join in this time. Most of the time, Amy and I, we have like the worst luck of joining each other's live streams. I missed her other one completely. I saw it after that and I was like, why did I not know about this? And Amy has that with a lot of mine as well. Like she will only get there afterwards or see it after it has ended. So this is the second one with the spikes and chain that I just made. There we go. What time is it? 22:30. Well, since Amy just joined, I'm not just gonna leave. I'm gonna make another chain. This one is gonna be a combination of larger and smaller spikes. I'm gonna quickly try and gather all the things I need. And I'm actually gonna use my new spikes for this because the ones I have here have all like kind of tarnished. And that's why it is important that you update your jewelry supplies every now and then, so you don't have broken pieces. So I just got new spikes. Yay. And also the golden ones that were an error that shipped to me. So if someone wants to, hold on, I'm distracted. So I have gold spikes. If anyone wants a golden spike thing, something, ask me about it because I have them and I will not use them unless someone asks me for them. But I have golden supplies to make golden small spike. Here's the ear chains. Because the company who I ordered from sent them to me by error. Yay. So I had to wait like double the time to get the right ones because I had to file a complaint, wait for them to approve it, for them to tell me what to do with the ones I didn't need. In the end, they decided I could keep them because I was like, if I have to send them back, I will charge you via PayPal the charges of the sending back of the wrong item. And then they were like, no, you can keep them, which was nice. So for this chain, I'm gonna need 2 small spikes, so the smallest size. I'm gonna take another one. This. And then 2 somewhat larger spikes and 1 really big one. Amy says, dropped some friends back off at the hotel, so I have some free time. Well, thank you for spending your free time on my live stream today. It's really nice that you are able to pop in. People who don't know Amy, Amy is Amy the Critique here on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel with over 5,000 subscribers. And I really love her channel. So if you have not been to her channel yet, you should. Cindy says, I just managed to block a certain person. Yeah. If people have problems with other people in my chats, I will always recommend them to block that certain person because it's not necessary to have drama on here at all. So now, black beads. I already have 2 from earlier that I still have beaded onto the thing. I still need a few more. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 4 more. And after this one, I'm gonna probably stop streaming and go either play Quake with my boyfriend or watch TV or something. I still have the season finale of one of my seasons of Sci-Fi Face Off ready to watch. And then a few episodes from a new season, so I might be doing that or maybe watch a movie or something. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do. After this live stream, we'll see. Take off my makeup, that's for sure. Because wearing false lashes all the time is not like the best thing you can do. Jimmy Gray says, Amy, hi, it's been a while since I've watched your videos. I hope you're doing well. And Amy replies, feel okay today, friends, in time for Doomsday post-apocalyptic event. I have heard a lot of things about Doomsday, but I don't actually know what it is. Could you give us an insider on what it is and what it involves, etc.? Because I'm curious about those things. It sounds really cool. It sounds like something for you. Especially with the DIY things you make, like the destroyed stuff, it sounds really doomsday-y. And I have actually worn the black scarf more often lately. I've gotten a lot of compliments about it because it's not cold enough yet to wear a normal scarf, but not warm enough not to wear anything on my neck. So yeah. Jimmy Gray says the things I love in life is that I love skateboarding, martial arts, metal, punk, and time with your spending time with your family and friends. I was almost gonna say family. So yeah, the things I enjoy in life are also music mainly, and spending time with friends, of course, and with my boyfriend and my cat. Yeah, I also like being crafty. I like making things. There we go. And I will make jump things again. Too small. Amy says they trash the bar to make it look like Mad Max, turn the AC off, and have barrels with fire so it gets really hot. They drive a motorcycle through the bar, shoot food rations out of a t-shirt can, play mostly industrial music. Okay, that sounds epic. That sounds like something I would really enjoy. Like we here in Belgium, we haven't had a lot of parties lately, and then all of a sudden in the month of September there is three parties happening. Like every weekend we have something. I think the first weekend or the second weekend is Bunker Lighter. The third weekend is Infected, which I am for sure going to. The weekend after that, so the last weekend, the weekend of the 28th, is Vampire Party, and I really want to go, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to manage to go like to an event that is far by car every single weekend. Because with my new car, the cost of gas is a lot higher than with my previous one. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to go to all of those events, but I really want to. But we don't have anything similar to your cool doomsday thing here, at least in Belgium. But it sounds really epic. Um, like 200 people come to it. Holy shit. With the AC off and with the crazy things happening, must be really hot there. Will you be posting outfit pictures? Because I would be really interested in seeing how you go to that party, like what you will be wearing, etc. I suppose it's in a few hours already then. Hey Shaker, I remember when I was about 14, I watched Cyborg with Van Damme with my older brother, and I asked him, why does everyone in this movie know martial arts? And he answered, because anyone who doesn't is true story. If Amy ever visits Belgium, we're gonna go to the Van Damme statue. It's a statue in Brussels of Van Damme, and because Amy likes him a lot, if she ever gets here, or if I ever get there, I'm not gonna be able to show it to her. But if she ever gets here in Belgium, I'm gonna take her to the Van Damme statue for sure. It's just something fun. So there we go. This is my epic spike nose chain. Like the middle spike is really huge. So yeah, this is a really cool one. I personally really like it, and I have sold 3 or 4 of these already, which I didn't expect because I thought like people are gonna find this too extreme, but apparently they don't. There we go. So now I have every single one of my spike nose to ear chains back in stock. I'm gonna quickly check. What time is it? Amy says I'll try to take pictures. It's around 4 o'clock here and starts at 10. Yeah, here it is almost 11 at night. Almost. Theo says, speaking of parties, my favorite God club here in the city is going down the tubes, no proper events anymore, and they seem like they're going broke. Yeah, that's what happens with a lot of clubs lately. Like, they don't put effort into their events anymore, or some of them do, but like, yeah, the scene is dying, unfortunately. Even if I must say that there's kind of a revival of the scene here in Belgium, we'll see how well that is. We'll see. Hey Shaker sounds awesome. Type of martial I'm influenced by boxing. Yeah. And Cindy says the Van Damme statue is at 15 minutes by car from her place. So yeah, definitely, Amy, if you ever get here, we're going there. Toverster says this weekend I'm going to see CPEX, Floody Mercury, and Channel Zero. Those are all really cool Belgian bands, but personally, I'm not too interested into them anymore. I have seen Channel Zero when they made their like big comeback, but honestly, it's not my well, it's not my music anymore. But I just don't listen to it anymore as often as I maybe used to years ago. Um, is Channel Zero a Lords of Acid side project? I honestly don't know. I actually saw Lords of Acid and I really didn't like it. They played at Bayfest, which was a festival that took place last weekend. I posted pictures on my Instagram feed. And Suicide Commando was epic. It was super good. We also saw Clan of Zymox, and I didn't really listen to their music before, but it was super good. Their live show was really nice. And then after Suicide Commando was Lords of Acid, and I was like really looking forward to seeing them for the first time. And honestly, it really sucked. I did not enjoy the concert at all. They played some old songs, but I was like, what song is this supposed to be? And then you could like recognize it from when they played the chorus. But like other from that, the songs were totally different than they are on CD or than what they used to be. So for me personally, it was like I wasn't impressed. Like I get that people in the US might really like the style that they currently have, but here in Belgium it's like it's not for us, or not for me at least. Um Theo says we need events like this here in Frankfurt as well. Yeah, we need more events overall everywhere, I think. The God scene really has too little events happening right now, and it's really a shame because I really like our tiny God scene. Theo says the rave scene is already died out. There's no club left I would call a rave club, a hipster crap. And now my second favorite scene, the goth industrial scene, is dying out. But in Germany, there's still a lot of parties that are like gothy industrial. I think, well, maybe not in the city that you live at, but in Hamburg, there are a lot of parties because Kristen Leibich, I'm not sure what her channel is called at this particular moment. She goes to a lot of parties in her region, and I'm actually thinking about making a city trip, like a weekend trip, to where she goes to a party and just like go to an event together with her. That would be really nice, and I hope I can do that somewhere this year or next year because I would really love to meet her and just have fun at an event together. Um, Amy says, when I saw Lords of Acid, they were more rock oriented. I was annoyed by it. Yeah, that is what exactly what happened here. We were expecting electronic music, and it was like almost heavy metal. I was totally confused by it. I get that they do like industrial, but it was more like industrial metal than industrial electronic industrial, the way they used to be and the way they made their music. So yeah, I was really confused about it, and I was really like not into it. There was another band playing after them, Vive la Fête, and We were planning on staying for it, but I had to work the next day. And since Lords of Acid was so bad, we just decided to leave. So we weren't about to stay for bands we didn't really want to see. Um, Cindy says the whole punk scene is alive and kicking here every Saturday, at least plus 5 gigs if you really look out for it, even in the week. Whereas the god scene is near to death compared to it. Yeah, the god scene here is like. Hey Shaker, I must go do chores. Goodbye, Orphea, and everyone stay spooky. Bye, Hey Shaker. Thank you for joining in. Stay spooky as well. Um, Lothar says Dorian Club was epic these days, but no one seems to be interested in these clubs in our days. It's a shame. Yeah, here in Belgium, we used to have a club which was where Nocturna was based. I'm thinking about the name right now. I'm not sure about the name anymore. It was a really cool club. It was small. It was not always the best smelling place, but it was a really cool club. And they changed owners, and they changed the entire inside of the club. And it was actually super gothic. Like it's entirely black, and then the bar area is black and white, and they have like white chandeliers hanging, and all of a sudden they didn't want goths anymore in the club, so they discontinued every single goth party that was taking place there. There were two at the time, Beat Nation and Infected. Infected tried to find another place to have their party. The first place they went to really sucked. The people who were bartending there were really disrespectful towards the goth people who were attending the events, taking pictures, making funny, well, doing stupid things, like really obviously taking pictures in a joking, laughing way with people. That's not what you do. It's not professional. And then Infected actually changed to another location, which they are at now, which is called Twitch or Twio, which was really good. Until recently, they also had renovations, and now they have like barriers around the bar area and barriers around where the tables are, and the dancing space is really compromised by it, which I'm totally bummed about, because I love dancing, but when there's no place to dance, like it's not really nice to dance. And then the other party, Beat Nation, hasn't happened since years. I'm not sure where their motivation went, but it's like gone. And then Vampire Party, of course, which was in Antwerp in a club that still has parties, Den Almoezenier. There's still events happening there by Mixed Visions. But I'm really confused by what they want to do with their events, because sometimes they announce that like it's an 80s party, and sometimes they announce like it's a god party. So I'm really confused by what it actually is and what type of people they want to have at their events. So far we haven't been there yet. They have done an Electro Top 100, which I wanted to attend, but then forgot and didn't go. So now that Vampire Party is making a one-time comeback in a really fancy club, I really hope it goes well and that we maybe have another like party that is every now and then happening during the year. That would be really nice, because Infected is once every 2 or 3 months, more or less. The next one is in September, then there is one in October, then there was one in December, if I'm not mistaken, or just September and December. I'm not sure if there is one in between, but like the last one we went to was in May or in June, and then in July and August they don't have the party, and it's always like a few months in between the parties. Same with Bunkerleute. Bunkerleute, which is in Leuven, is like when they feel like it, I think. It's not really a fixed date. So now we have 3 parties in 1 month and then months of nothingness. Like instead of spreading it a little bit more, that would have been nice. And Amy is saying start your own event, but I don't have the funds for it. I honestly don't. I would love to, but like I can't. I don't have the gear. I don't have anything to start an event. And also, where the hell would I do that? Antwerp is too far. Ghent is infected territory. And if I would do Deinze, I don't think a lot of people would attend it or want to attend it, because Deinze is like not really, well, it is very easy to reach, but it can be too far for people or too difficult for people. And also Brussels is not my thing, and Brussels has a few of their own parties which are more directed to fetish people. So yeah, it's very hard. I would love to organize something myself, but like financially and just, I'm not sure if I could. Putting all of my crafting things back again. I'm gonna try and read through your comments. If you still have any questions for me, now is the time. I'm gonna stay maximum 10 minutes. When it's 11 o'clock, I'm gonna just stop this live stream because I still want to do other fun things tonight, like play Quake, which I'm oddly addicted to, and spend time with my boyfriend and my cat, of course. Jimmy is saying to Cindy, that sounds exciting. I would like to go to my first punk gig. The three bands I would like to see are Discharge, Exploited, and Casualties. Yeah, punk is still very big in Belgium. Even in the French part of Belgium, there are a lot of punk gigs. When I was living over there, we had punk concerts almost every month, every more than once a month. We had something which was called Tattoo Bon, which means you have everything all right, more or less. It was all in one word, and it was like rock, metal, gothic, punk. It was all of alternative genres of music, and it was every Friday. So we had punk bands, we had more gothy bands, we had electronical music playing, and it was really cool. And I used to like volunteer for them. So I did the bar, I did the entrance, I helped with the stage setups, etc. And that was really amazing. Cindy also says, Theo, if you come to visit, we have to visit the bar called Cercueil. Yeah, it's really cool. Like Cindy says, they have a real skeleton in a casket as a table. It's really pretty inside. It's overly hyped for tourists, but it's really nice. Um, yeah. Um, Theo says, no matter what scene, every scene here in Frankfurt turns into hipster crap, except for the chefs and gangster rap. Yeah, I can understand it happening. Jimmy Gray says, to Sydney, they still play at shows. Looked on my Instagram, and with the new singer, they still play live songs. Okay. Yeah, punk is not really my thing. Lothar says, once with friends, I was in a club called Flash Temple near Tongeren. I don't know if it's still open. I have no clue what club that is. And Tongeren is like the total other side of the country, right near Holland, which is a part of the country I don't really spend a lot of time at. So it might still be open. I just don't know it. Amy is asking, why are some of the keys on your keyboard colored? They are gaming keys. They are the movement keys that I use when playing games. So I have since I have a Azerty keyboard, it is the Z, the Q, the S, and the D. So the Z is forward, left, right, backward. And that's my keys here. And these are the same ones, up, down, left, right. Those are the only colored keys on my keyboard, and I actually have black ones as well. So if I would want to, I could change them to black keys as well. But it's really a lot easier if you want to start gaming that, like, okay, my middle finger goes on Z, like on the first loop key, and then the others just fall into position next to it. So that's why some of my keyboard keys are colored. And I also have a gaming mouse. This is a Logitech G402, and it has like keys on the side that you can program. And for Guild Wars, they are programmed as my spells. So if I play Guild Wars, it's very easy because I can put my thumb on this thing and have one of my spells automatically cast. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 other ones here that I can also program as spells that I have planned already. And then, of course, my 2 regular keys. But this is very practical because with your thumb, you're really able to get to those keys really easy, or just with your finger. But I mostly just use this big key on the side and not those 4. But I could if I wanted. It's really, really easily programmable to have those keys work out. And Amy says, so you guys don't game together in the same room? No. I'm actually using the laptop that we usually use for DJing to live stream on because it has a webcam. Our regular computers are like self-built computers and they are desktops. So I have my desktop here in my bat cave, and Yudun has his one in his man cave. So what we do if we play, we either yell at each other through the hallway with the door open, or we use headset with speakers, so we can talk to each other through not TeamSpeak, Discord. It's an app that, well, it's an application on your computer that you can use to talk to each other through games. And you can actually have the sound of your game coming through your headphones together with the TeamSpeak without the other person hearing the sound of your game, obviously, because that would be very disturbing. But we play Quake and we play Minecraft together and we play Guild Wars together as well. For Minecraft, we usually just yell through the hallway because Minecraft is just building. But for like more like gaming games that you have to be very active, we try and use the headphones and the microphone way because it's easier. Jimmy, I'm about to leave to go to church in a few minutes. I enjoyed your live stream video. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you very much, Jimmy Gray, for joining in. Have fun at church. Enjoy the rest of your evening, of your weekend. And yeah, I might be doing another live stream next weekend. We'll see. I try and do them on either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and I try to always announce them on my Instagram if possible. Sometimes I just do one and I don't announce it, but most of the time I will announce it. So yeah, have fun. And Cindy says, yeah, Discord indeed. I'm not sure, it's not open at the moment. I'm not sure how I need to find where it is. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I have my computer set up here. I have little boxes, and then I have like my audio cable is here, like attached to my desk, ready to use if I need to. And Amy is asking, what did you eat for dinner? I actually cooked decently tonight. I made oven potatoes. So you slice open a potato, you put it in the oven with olive oil on it and with herbs. And after 10 minutes on 220 degrees, like degrees Celsius, you flip them around, put olive oil on the other side and put herbs on it again. So I use like Mediterranean herb mix. And then you have oven cooked potatoes. We had cauliflower with white sauce, bechamel with it. And what did we have? Cordon bleu. That's what I wasn't finding earlier. It's called cordon bleu. It's chicken stuffed. Well, not stuffed. It's like two things of chicken, and in the middle there is cheese and ham. And then on the outside you have kind of a breadcrumb crust. And that's what we had for dinner. But it's been 3 to 4 hours since we had dinner, so talking about food right now makes me hungry again. So I might have a snack later on. When I bought the cauliflower, I actually split it in half. One half for cooking and the other half to eat raw. So I washed it, and then I will just take some mayonnaise and some ketchup and make cocktail sauce out of it and just eat my cauliflower with a little bit of sauce as a snack. So okay, so Joey just showed up. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. It was nice seeing you. Nice seeing you too. Say hi to Joey. Tell him that his album is really awesome, and I am really enjoying listening to it. And yeah, have a lovely evening. Theo, sometimes I make similar dish like these oven potatoes, but I wrap the potatoes in aluminum foil and put them in hot coals. I like having like slices of potato because I don't eat an entire potato. So if I can cut them up in slices, I will just take enough slices for me and my boyfriend, and then the day after I can make the rest of the potatoes. So yeah. And Cindy is saying raw cauliflower is the best. Yeah, raw cauliflower is really good, and also cucumber I really enjoy raw. I used to really enjoy carrots, but I'm allergic to carrots, so I can't eat them anymore. And those tiny tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, they're also really good, like just to snack on. And have fun at your Doomsday event, Amy. I would love to see pictures, so I hope you will make some pictures. So for the people still here, I'm gonna be going as well. I'm gonna either play games or watch a movie or watch series. I hope you all are having a lovely weekend and that you will have a lovely Saturday evening and Sunday. I will be back in another live stream probably next weekend if I can. If not, then I will be back in another weekend. I always try to combine my live streams with something interesting, so either preparing for a video or working on some jewelry or doing something different. Yeah, if you have any suggestions for something I could do in a future live stream, if you guys want me to do a Q&A, etc., feel free to let me know so I could maybe do more live streams because I don't have to work on jewelry every single weekend. So yeah, have fun. Thank you for joining and I will see you soon. Bye bye.